Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's some of the top stories we have for you tonight. A huge groundbreaking for Cruzan rum. Just a few hours to file your taxes. We pay a visit to the Lorraine Chicken Shack for the Virgin Islands Police Department, and a water spout you've got to see to believe. These stories and more are up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, it was a virtual who's who at the groundbreaking of Cruzan rum earlier today on St. Croix. News Channel 8's Wes Small has that story.
It's a pleasure for me to be here today. It's been a long time in the making. And give you a little bit of history that I remember so much. Back in the late 1970s, Cruzan rum decided and went along with Seagram's rum distilleries in Puerto Rico to start experiments on the treatment of effluent from rum distilleries. We had our distillery here, and they had their two distilleries in Puerto Rico. This study went on for quite some time, and the results of these studies we made and sent it to an engineering firm in Philadelphia by the name of Weston, who designed an anaerobic plant at the time to the results that we got from those studies. And everything was ready to make movements in that direction. But because of the extreme costs and other unsolvable problems such as the color, nothing was ever done. And over the years, we tried to improve on those qualities and develop other methods of producing a clean effluent.
And this event is especially important to being global for two reasons. The first is it reflects our very deep commitment to environmental protection across our company. That commitment is enshrined in an 11-point statement of our environmental stewardship, and it's overseen by rigorous processes and an auditing program. And through innovation in process and technology, we seek throughout our plants around the world to reduce environmental impacts, to conserve natural resources, to promote recycling, to reduce the generation of waste. And we do this in each of our plants around the world. And so we're incredibly proud today to be partnering with the government of the US Virgin Islands to help set a new standard for the US rum industry in terms of environmental protection. And the building we will erect here today will bear testimony.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. This is a big to-do here. Governor John DeYoung, I know you're very proud. The Nelthrops came up, and just about all the senators are here. They're starting to give out the hard hats now. And Lieutenant Governor Derek Hodge is here. He looks great. This is fantastic. What does this mean, Governor, about the Cruzan rum treatment facility and what it means to the environment? I know you're very happy about Paul Shackroff being here and
I am.
And everything. What does it mean to our territory?
I think that the hidden benefit of all of this, outside the revenue aspect, is that what we've done, and what Cruzan has done really after many years of researching, is that they've come up with a methodology that allows them to reduce the brown stain in the ocean, and the effluent is much purer than it was before. Yes. And I think that is the advantage. What I think it means overall is that given everything that has happened in our community in the last year, I think our community is much more sensitive to the environment. And if you think about it, no longer is the brown stain going to be going into the Caribbean Sea outside the shores of St. Croix, at the same time that we're trying to attract more cruise ships here. And the diving industry on St. Croix is an extremely popular industry,
right,
as fishing is. So now we know that with respect to our manufacturing with the refinery, the two refineries, both of them, and particularly Cruzan, does not have a methodology that allows for the brown stain to continue. So overall, that's tremendous. What it also does is that it also addresses regulatory requirements of planning on natural resources and EPA. So their ability to give the permits at production levels is much more increased now. So there's more of a dialogue that can take place in increasing production, which for the government of the Virgin Islands and the Virgin Islands community means additional revenues that will come in for our schools, our roads, all the other public services that we need. So again, I just think it's tremendous. And what I said that through all of this, starting from the 1760s through when the Nelthrops got involved in the early 1900s to today, that one constant has been St. Croix. And I think with this agreement and with their commitment of Fortune Brands being global, we know that for the next 30 years, at a minimum, they'll be on this island in this facility.
All right, I know you're happy.
Yep.
My cameraman is requesting one last thing.
Sure.
That we see the gift, the gold cufflinks.
I gave, I gave it to someone to make sure that I didn't leave it anywhere when they put it in my car.
Okay.
But I'll tell you, I'm taking these off and putting those on today.
All right, and now they're going to give you your hat,
Thank
your
you.
hard hat to go on the tour.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
Governor
you.
John
Take care.
DeYoung.
Look up. Look up, partner. Look up. There you go.
Senator James, what does this mean for our territory? Senator Sands, come on.
I think it's wonderful. I mean, you listened to the hearing yesterday, mentioned during our public booth. We are basically checking our money is based on rum. The fact is that the website, despite all the places that gets back every year, you see corporate taxes based on profit, and they have not been making a profit, unfortunately, so we don't get that stream of revenue. However, this rum company, even if this rum company grosses a dime, even if the rum grosses 10 cents, what we as a territory get the money from is the amount of gallons that are shipped out of this territory to the States. We get the money back from that as a cover over tax. And so here we are in a situation where the company that's generating these wonderful revenues for us really is not that profitable a company, but we still reap the benefits because of that provision under the Organic Act. We are in a unique position, and I commend John DeYoung, the governor, for having secured this company here for another 30 years, and I hope we can get some more rum companies. As a matter of fact, one of the things I'm working on right now is the fact that we subsidize molasses to the tune of everything over the difference between 14 cents and the price of the molasses per gallon. I am in negotiations and the rest of the majority with the country of Brazil, because Brazil is the #1 producer of sugarcane in the world, consequently the #1 producer of molasses. And if we can get molasses cheaper than we're presently getting it from Guatemala and Nicaragua, which at this point is $1.60 per gallon, if we can get it even less, then we subsidize even less, and we can make millions of dollars overnight. That's our role as senators, to bring in the money that we ultimately
Always
control.
thinking fashion and business.
I'm telling
Before
you,
we wrap
I'm
this
telling
up in the rain, what do you think, Senator?
Just real quick, I just want to say that I agree totally with what Senator Wayne James has stated, but let us also think the value of tourism, because remember, with the expansion of Cruzan rum, it's going to expand to other countries. It's going to expand to other markets. So basically, we're talking about extra revenues and tourism.
All right. Well, with that, we need to wrap this up. Thank you very much, Lieutenant Governor Derek Hobbs and Senator Wayne James. Boy, it was like a who's who out here. And look, we waited till the very end. There's no one left. They've all left me in the rain. This is a blessing, and it's good from Government House all the way down to the senators and the Nelthrop family at Cruzan Rum. A very wet West Small for News Channel 8.